Hey Lionheart folks, it's Lev. Welcome back to another video. For those of you who are new, I use him pronouns. Today's video is like, half of it is a story and half of it is just other thoughts and things that I want to share. And I'm going to title this video, Happy Accidents on Dating Apps. So you may be wondering, what is this happy accident on the dating app? I will spill the tea, but I want to rewind back to the start. So I went back on dating apps. Was it last month? I don't even remember anymore. Probably like end of last month. After I've healed from the cheating incident that happened earlier this year, healing from hurt, healing from the wounds, learning how to be alone, all of that, and I decided, even though I vowed to never go on dating apps again, I decided to give it another go, but do things very differently this time, approach things very differently, and it's been working in my favor. I'm being much more intentional with dating apps and how I control how I use it rather than the app controls how I use it. So first I started with Lex, which is an LGBTIQ plus specific dating app, and I did message a few people, but none of them really clicked. There's one person I started talking to, we were talking for a few days, we seemed to vibe, and then this person disappeared off the face of the app. Either they blocked me or they deleted their account. I don't know which one. Not really shattered because I didn't have high expectations. I didn't go into this having high expectations for anything. I'm just like, oh, just chat, get to know people. If something lands, it lands. If it doesn't, that's okay. Thank you, next, really. That's my approach. And then I decided to download another dating app just to sort of broaden my chances because I know that not everyone I message is going to respond to me. And as I said in the other video, no one is obligated to respond to me, and I'm not obligated to respond to anyone if I do not want to. And the second dating app I made an account for is Timey. And at first, the app asks like who I'm interested in, like men, women, trans women, non-binary, the different sex and gender options. I selected pretty much everything because I am pan, and the person's sex and gender really does not make it is not a concern for me because I'm pan. So because I'm attracted to people, so I picked all the options. But pretty much all of the people that have appeared on my timeline are trans guys, which is funny because I picked all the options, but all I'm getting is are trans guys, and I'm not complaining because that's where the happy accident begins. With Timey, I also messaged quite a bunch of people, and I like people whose bios I was really attracted to. But only like 2 or 3 responded to me. Not many, even if I messaged them first, not all of them, not many actually responded to me. And that's why I decided to message a lot of people because I know that I'm not going to land with everyone. And if I land with someone, then that's awesome. And there was this one person. He liked me first, and then I liked him back, right? And this is where the story of us begins on Timey. He liked me, I liked him back, and then there were like message suggestions on the app, like to start a direct message conversation, right? And there was like, I don't know, I accidentally touched on, like, there was like the emoji of 2 eyes, right? And I accidentally touched on that emoji, that suggested message, and then it sent to him, and then he actually responded to it. And when I when I at first I thought he had messaged first because I didn't realize I had accidentally touched the eye emoji and started the convo. So I thought he started the conversation first, and then I responded. But when I scrolled back to look at the first message, it was actually from me, and I got really confused because I was like, I didn't intentionally like pick this eye emoji and send it to him. I don't start conversations with people just sending an ambiguous eye emoji. I don't even use that eye emoji until now. So I was like, what the fuck? I didn't do this. But it actually ended up being a happy accident because after we talked a little bit on Timey, I added him on social media, and then I decided to get off the app afterwards because we were vibing and then we were having good converse. I'm like, I can't build 10 different connections at once, so I just focused on him, and there's two other friends I made. One on Timey, no, two other friends I made on Lex. So I'm like, building connections with these three humans is enough. The other two I'm just friends with, and I don't see us going anywhere. But with this person, we're building a friendship first, and then in future, if something happens in terms of romantic or sexual relationship, then it happens. But we're not forcing it right now. Or on social media, outside of the dating app, he started the convo with me, and then yes, we were talking for a bit, and then I think a week in, we had our first video call, and it was awkward. The first video calls I have with people that I've never met before are always awkward, but that's okay. It was awkward. We were warming up, starting to get comfortable with each other. Some good conversation did happen, but it didn't flow like. I mean, it did flow naturally, but there was still this awkwardness and sense of discomfort because we're still getting used to each other and talking to each other in like a video format for the first time, and that's okay. It happens, and that's okay. And then a week after that, we had our second video call, and we played an online escape room together. It's the first time he's done an escape room, either online or face to face. So, first ever escape room. We did very well. We worked together well as a team to get out. We were given 60 minutes, but we ended up taking 80 minutes. But that's okay. But it was a hard room. It was the hardest room on offer at that escape room place. So we did very well. And then that same night we were in a audio call for 2.5 hours. We played horror games together, and 2.5 hours went by just like this, and I didn't even realize. And it's like, oh, it's midnight, I gotta go sleep, because if I sleep too late, I just get really bad headaches and feel lightheaded and all that. So I don't really stay up past midnight. So yeah, we did that, and we also worked very well together when playing games. And outside of these video and audio calls, we message each other quite a bit. We share stuff about each other with each other. Share, like, today I shared my baby young left picture with him, and then he shared young pics of himself, and it was just very wholesome. And I also wrote him a letter. I wrote him a long letter, being very honest with how I feel and thanking him for everything we have so far, and for this connection. And he also feels the same way. Like, we were both very grateful that we met each other, even though it happened. The conversations we had started accidentally. I'm very glad it happened, because had it not happened, me accidentally touching this eye emoji and starting a conversation without realizing it, we might not even be in each other's lives right now and be bonding like this. So you may be thinking, Lev, why are you vibing with this guy? I'll tell you why I like him and why I'm vibing with him. Firstly, very open and honest communication. As some of you may know, I'm a very transparent person. I'm very honest, and I hate being left in the dark, and I do not like leaving other people in the dark. So I'm very transparent and honest about what I need, or my expectations, or whatever it may be. Right at the start of our convos, I did say to him that I'm not straight up dating people off the bat, and the way I approach things is to build friendships with people first, and then from there see how we go. Not meet someone and then immediately start dating, and then 1 week later call them my partner. And I also told him about what happened with me and my ex, and how I've been wounded, and how for many months this year I had my walls up, and I didn't know whether I would be able to trust anyone again, because with my ex, my loyalty and trust was shit on, and then I was reluctant to open up to anyone again. But then I also realized that I can't keep living this way. Yes, the way people treated you in the past life is not nice, and it's trash. But that doesn't mean every single person in this world that you will meet in future is gonna treat you like rubbish. And I realized that if I keep staying behind my walls, I'm not gonna meet awesome people out there. And I'm glad I did lower my walls and start going on dating apps again, otherwise I wouldn't have met this human. He's also very honest and transparent about what he's going through and what his needs are, and all of this. There is not really a wall between us or us wearing a mask. And another thing I really love about us is that I'm very comfortable being myself, and he's very comfortable being himself as well. We don't have to lie to each other or pretend to be someone we're not, so the other person would like. So I don't have to pretend to be someone I'm not in order to get him to like me, and he doesn't have to pretend to be someone he's not in order to get me to like him. There's this real sense of authenticity and humanness, both of which are very important to me. Another very healthy thing about us is that it's a two-way connection, not one way, meaning I'm not putting in all of the effort and carrying the weight of the entire connection, and he is not the only one putting in all the effort and carrying the weight of the entire connection. It's reciprocal. We both care about this relationship and each other. Relationship, I mean connection, friendship. We're not romantically dating yet. Both of us care about this friendship. Both of us put effort into building this friendship. Both of us are nurturing this friendship together. It's not one person doing all of the work and the other person not genuinely wanting to be here. So another thing is that we both genuinely want to be in each other's lives, and we genuinely want to build this connection and strengthen it further. And through playing the escape room with him, together with him, and the horror games online with him, it really has highlighted to me his character and who he is as a person. You'd be surprised how much the way one plays video games with you can reveal about their traits and who they are. So what is this specifically, you may ask, about how games show someone's character? For example, I played this ghost hunting game with him for the first time. He's played it before. I was completely new. Like, I played video games, but I don't play these types of games, so I wasn't really sure what the goal of the game was or know fully the controls. It was a computer game, and he was very kind and helpful in supporting me in becoming accustomed to this game, getting used to controls, familiarizing myself with what the goal of the game is. He's very kind in his approach to supporting me in getting to know this game. And there was another game that we played. We played horror games that entire night. There was another game where it was like co-op, so we had to work together to get to the end of the game. And there was a part where I got lost in the maze. Like, he had found the direction to go in, the right way out of the maze, and I was still lost in this maze. And then he turned around, came back to find me, and then guide me towards the exit of the maze. He didn't leave me behind, and he didn't just stand at the end there and wait for me to find my way because I got lost. He actually came back for me and helped me find the right door, guide me towards the exit. And throughout the gaming session, he also checked up on me several times, asking me if I'm okay. For example, when there was a jump scare, or when like one of the opponents is trying to kill me and I'm under stress. Like, some people may think that these things are quite insignificant, but to me it's very big, and I don't overlook these things. Like, I pay attention to a lot of things, including these smaller details that may be missed. And in general, I really do just vibe with him. Feeling someone's vibe is very important to me, and if I don't vibe with someone, or like there's this sense of I shouldn't be in your life, you shouldn't be in my life, I shouldn't be building this connection with you. If I get this icky sense, gut feeling that someone is off and that I should not associate with them, then I don't. And we had a like 2.5 hour call the other night playing games, right? Like as I mentioned before, and if I do not vibe with someone, I will not be able to stay in a call with someone for 2.5 hours and genuinely enjoy it. If it was someone I was not comfortable with, every single minute would be agony and torture. But when I'm playing games with him and in call with him, I literally blink and then an hour has passed and we play some more games. Another hour has passed. Like, I didn't realize it's just a time like, wait, another hour's passed already. I'm like, what? And this time really does fly when you're having fun. And for me, it's not only the activity, like, not, what am I trying to say? The person I'm doing a certain activity with and the person I'm spending my time with is more important than the activity itself. Activity, I mean, like, for example, playing games or doing something when hanging out with the person. Yeah, for me, who I hang out with is more important than what we actually do together. The last one I want to say is that it gets better. This is a message for both my younger self and people who have been hurt in either friendships or relationships or like connections with family. It can be literally anyone, but just coming out of a toxic connection or a connection that's gone unhealthy, or someone has backstabbed us or betrayed us in some way. It stings. It stings like shit. And when it first happened, I didn't know when things would get better. I knew in my head that things would get better eventually, but I kept asking myself, when will it actually get better? Because I think I've healed. This happened like for like months, during the months of this year, during my healing journey. I think I've healed, and then it resurfaces, and I've not actually healed from the incident. And I kept asking myself, when the fuck do things actually get better? And then it's only until now, literally the end of the year, that I've truly healed from this, and that I've closed the chapter, and that it's not something I will be carrying into 2022. Yes, I will be carrying the lessons learned from being broken hearted and being cheated on like this. I definitely take the lessons I've learned into next year. But the incident itself, the person, that's all staying behind in 2021. I said last point before, but I promise this is the last point. So be yourself. When I went back on dating apps, I told myself I will be myself, and I will not lower my standards or lower my expectations or change myself in some way in order to get someone to like me. If I put myself out there as my genuine, authentic self and it does not vibe with someone, that's okay. But I want people to meet me at my level. I'm not gonna lower my level to meet people at their level. Like, if my level and someone else's level is incongruent and it doesn't align, that's okay. But I'm not, lowering myself, changing myself in order to have someone in my life. If someone can't meet me at my level, then it's a sign that thank you next. Or relating to this also, be yourself, and someone will love and appreciate you for who you are. I promise. You keep doing you, and the right person will come at the most unexpected time, or the person can come at the most unexpected time. Point thing is keeping you, like how I keep being me, and there will be someone who lands. Thanks for watching, folks, and I will see you in the next video.